Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwanner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Dr. Herb Greenberg, who's the founder of Caliper Corporation. Welcome, Herb.
Thank you. Good to be here.
When did you start your business?
We started the business, actually, we opened our doors on August 1st, 1961. That's almost 50 years ago. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary.
Congratulations to that incredible long-term success of your company.
Thank you.
I remember reading an article in the Harvard Business Review. I think you published this in 1965.
64, August 64.
Right.
I'll never forget that one.
And it described the qualities of a good salesperson, and you described empathy and ego drive.
Right.
What gave you the idea to research what makes salespeople successful?
When I was teaching at Rutgers, an insurance company came to us and said, could we find them a test that they could improve their ability to select their agents? They were losing about 60% of their agents a year, about 90% in 3 years. It was a revolving door. And they said, find us anything that we can reduce the turnover even by 10%. So we said, sure. We explored all the tests that had come in after World War II and ended up basically saying to them, no, we cannot find anything that can predict sales success. But we were very clear at that point that there's a market for it. So we said, a colleague of mine, David Mayer, and I said, well, we're smarter than these other guys. We can produce one in a couple of months. Well, 4 years later, we actually had a test that could predict sales success very accurately. And once we had it, and I realized that college teaching was not my future, we borrowed $15,000 and opened Caliper in August of 61. And we opened it basically with the notion that, because this is, again, doing research and teaching, and that people really will achieve based on what they are, not based on what they've done. And so we felt that if we could measure what a human being is as an individual, what their core strengths are, their weaknesses, their motivations, and match that to the competencies required in a job. Initially it was sales. Now it's every job imaginable. But originally it was just sales. Match them to the kind of sales job that they needed to do. We could predict success far better than just counting on experience to make the hiring decision.
So when you say you try to identify what people are and you can't teach attitude,
that's right.
How do you measure that? Or what are some of the attributes that you're looking for?
Well, we developed a test, and we felt in the article, the things we wrote about in the Harvard Business Review, is that to sell, an individual needs 3 basic qualities. Empathy, the ability to sense the reactions of another person, not necessarily to agree with him or her, but to understand them. Mostly ego drive, that need to get the yes. You know, everybody tries to fulfill themselves, try to make themselves feel good about themselves. And the way a salesperson feels good about him or herself is for somebody to say yes. And it isn't necessarily, yes, I'll buy your product. It could be, yes, I'll go out with you, or yes, I'll join your club, yes, I'll vote for your candidate. They want the yes. And with that need to get the yes, they enjoy selling. Without that need, they would not enjoy selling. And finally, what we call ego strength or resiliency, the ability to take the beating a salesperson has to take, to get the rejections. You know, nobody bats 500 in selling. That's a great batting average in baseball. But very few people bat 300 in selling. In fact, often when I speak to a group of salespeople, I'll say, I want to know how many times you heard no today. Because if you didn't hear no enough, you weren't out there enough.
Herb, I want to thank you for this illuminating conversation. We're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Herb Greenberg tomorrow, where we talk about the 4 qualities of successful leaders.